They named you after a sandwich?
No, they named a sandwich after me.
There are so many sandwiches out there, and many of them are good, but which ones are the greatest? Some sandwiches are basic and simple, while others are complex and fully loaded with flavor. So now we ask,
mirror, mirror on the wall,
which sandwich is the greatest of them all? To find out the answer, here are the top 10 greatest sandwiches of all time.
I made you your special sandwich.
Oh.
Breakfast sandwich. The breakfast sandwich is perhaps one of the most classic sandwiches of all time, but not necessarily the best. A breakfast sandwich is basically any sandwich filled with breakfast food. Whew. Typically, this kind of sandwich comes with a combination of breakfast staples like sausage, scrambled eggs, ham, cheddar cheese, and, of course, none other than bacon. Additionally, a breakfast sandwich can be served on an English muffin, toast, biscuit, bagel, or even a hard roll. The world of breakfast sandwiches is your oyster. Breakfast sandwiches are mainly served at fast food restaurants since they are fast to make and easy to eat on the go.
Top of the morning.
Breakfast sandwiches can also be easily made at home. The breakfast sandwich isn't a new thing, it has some history too. In the 19th century, Americans started to eat eggs, cheese, and meats as breakfast items and turned them into the sandwich that we all now know today as the breakfast sandwich. The breakfast sandwich typically was made of eggs, cheese, and a meat like ham. It was a very popular breakfast item during the Civil War.
Do you want breakfast?
Okay.
Breakfast got a whole lot better when the recipe to this iconic sandwich was published in an American cookbook in 1897. Egg salad. Another classic is the egg salad sandwich, and you can find this sandwich at almost any coffee shop or breakfast stop.
What about breakfast?
I've already had it.
What about second breakfast?
Even Subway has an egg salad sub on their menu. Mashed hard-boiled eggs, mayo, salt and pepper, and you have the bulk of the sandwich ready. Every place might make the egg salad recipe slightly different. There are different versions of the egg salad sandwich that include green onions, celery, sweet relish pickles, or bacon added into the mix. The great part about this best sandwich of all time is how versatile it is.
I'm gonna let you finish. But B.L.T had one of the best sandwiches of all time.
You can add in a layer of lettuce or spinach, you can include a slice of cheese, or add in some pesto spread. This sandwich might have been the inspiration for chicken and tuna salad sandwiches too. We aren't really sure who to give credit to for this great sandwich, but it seems it was either the Americans or perhaps the French. In France, it was very popular to use mayonnaise with many dishes, including eggs. The creamier, the better.
I really wanted an egg salad sandwich, and I was just obsessing about it.
Pulled pork. The pulled pork sandwich is a barbecue must. It's the ideal sandwich in the summer or to pick up when the weather turns cold and you are searching for comfort and warmth.
Who wants some pulled pork? Of course you do, come on!
The pulled pork sandwich is not easy to make, but it's delicious to eat and worth it for all that tastiness. Traditionally, a slow-cooked pulled pork sandwich comes with coleslaw on the side or slapped on top of the pulled pork. In American culinary circles, pulled pork is a famous and well-liked dish that originated in the southern states. It is almost always pork shoulder that is barbecued or made in a slow cooker and shredded to be used as the main ingredient in any pulled pork sandwich. Many chefs say the best way to make the pork shoulder is by applying a dry rub, then smoking it over wood.
Don't take from my pile.
For the meat to be pulled properly, it has to cook for a long time, close to 12 hours, or sometimes even more.
Oh my God!
Whether it's a Christmas party or a summer barbecue, you might get lucky to stumble upon a pulled pork bar that offers all the sandwich items of your dreams. Sides can include caramelized onions, jalapeno peppers, shredded cheese, and more tasty goodness. Philly cheesesteak.
Yo, a cheesesteak! Now this is the real deal.
A sandwich made from thinly sliced pieces of beef steak and melted cheese and a long toasted hoagie roll has got to make this list of greatest sandwiches of all time. Its roots are in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. hence the name Philly. Ribeye is the best cut of beef to use for a traditional Philly steak sandwich, but this can sometimes be a little pricey. So if you want to make it at home but don't want to pay the ribeye price, you could also opt for a cut of top sirloin, according to a few chefs. Provolone cheese is said to be the best to use for the famous cheesesteak sandwich, although you can also get a cheesesteak sandwich made with American cheese or even Cheese Whiz.
What do you think is coursing through my veins right now?
Cheese whiz.
The sandwich includes sautéed onions along with the beef and cheese, but sometimes you might get peppers or mushrooms in your Philly steak too. Oftentimes, you will get a side of fries or homemade chips for a nice crunch between bites. Such an iconic sandwich that you can find in many restaurants in and outside Philadelphia. Also a popular food cart item around America, there are many recipes to be found online, including one from the famous chef Gordon Ramsay.
I have a treat for you.
You know a sandwich is good when a chef like Ramsay creates a version of it. Club sandwich. This is the type of sandwich that requires some salty chips on the side. It is usually a safe bet when choosing a sandwich off of any menu.
Max Club Sandwich.
The club sandwich does not disappoint, and it is stacked with meaty goodness. A club sandwich is also referred to as a clubhouse sandwich, and it is usually cut into quarters or halves and held together with toothpicks. This sandwich is unique because it is a triple-decker sandwich. The club sandwich is traditionally made up of slices of cooked chicken or turkey, bacon, lettuce, and tomato with mayonnaise on toasted bread.
Oh, take a bite of my sandwich.
A club sandwich can come with different sides, a potato salad, coleslaw, french fries, or potato chips, and it is almost always garnished with a pickle. The sandwich dates back as far as the 1800s, when it was first featured in a New York newspaper on November 18, 1889.
Why is there bread in the middle?
Silence!
There is not much evidence to indicate who made this delicious sandwich, but a lot of credit has been given to the Union Club in New York City, a private club that was founded in the early 1800s. The original club sandwich was made with chicken and sometimes ham as well. Of course, it's the 3 layers of bread that make this sandwich stand out from the crowd. The Cuban.
Who wants a Cubano, huh?
Hot ham, pickles, and cheese never tasted better until combined together on the Cuban sandwich, also known as the Cubano. This sandwich officially dates back to the turn of the century, and it is said that it was created by 2 Cuban immigrants in Florida. However, it's also believed that the first Cuban sandwich was made more than 500 years ago in Cuba by a tribe called the Taino. One thing for certain is that it's a highly popular sandwich in Florida, especially in Tampa, Key West, and Miami. It is made with slices of ham, roasted pork, Swiss cheese, thin sliced pickles, and mustard on Cuban bread.
Puerto Rican? Cubano.
Sometimes you'll also find salami in there as well. Usually, salami is added in the Cuban sandwich in Tampa in order to also cater to the large Italian community. It's like a ham and cheese with a twist and abundance of flavors. The rich, savory taste of the roasted pork and the tang of pickled cucumbers combined together are crucial elements to the Cuban sandwich. All the sandwich ingredients were originally believed to be a common lunch food for Cuban workers. People who worked at cigar factories would eat this delicious combination for lunch.
Then I shall put you on our special list. Here is a menu. I recommend the pork.
It seems that this sandwich has created some rivalry between the cities of Tampa and Miami as well. Each city wants to have the best version. Peanut butter and jelly. This sandwich has to be, without a doubt, the most epic classic sandwich of them all.
It's peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
Okay, along with a few others. It's the first sandwich most of us learned how to make on our own when we were kids. It's the simplest yet most genius of combinations. All you need is just a couple of slices of bread with a heaping spoonful of peanut butter on one side and jelly or jam on the other. Slap it together and presto! When these slices join together, they create a heavenly masterpiece. The PB&J is the perfect breakfast sandwich, lunch, after-school snack, or even midnight snack. The most popular jelly or jam flavor to use with a PB&J is strawberry, but people also like to use raspberry or grape, amongst a variety of others.
Y'all ain't never grapefruited before?
What's the difference between jam and jelly, you may ask? Well, jelly is a fruit-based spread made with fruit juices, and jam is made with crushed fruit and the pulp from the fruit.
Would you please pass the jelly?
This iconic sandwich has been recreated using different variations. The jelly or jam can even be replaced with honey or fresh fruits like strawberries or bananas. Additionally, with so many different kinds of nut-based butter on the market, people have explored using almond or cashew butter with jelly or jam as a healthier alternative to the classic PB&J. And those who are allergic to peanuts can still take part in this classic by using butters made with soy or sunflower seeds. B.L.T.
What you might find in a bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich.
Well, this one is pretty straightforward and delicious. As the name states, the ingredients are crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and thick slices of tomatoes sandwiched between 2 slices of toast and a layer of mayonnaise. You can easily turn a B.L.T. into a breakfast sandwich by adding a fried egg or a lunchtime special with mashed avocado. Some say that it may be the greatest sandwich ever created.
Is this the world's best sandwich? Nope.
And it dates back to somewhere in the early 1900s. It didn't become very popular until after World War II, mostly because it was hard to get all the ingredients needed year-round until the 1970s. This special sandwich has been ranked as the most popular sandwich in the UK. But what about the United States? Yes, they love this sandwich too, but a tad less.
Just show them how cool!
Apparently, there is a wrong way and a right way to make a B.L.T. The right way includes using pieces of high-quality bacon, a beefsteak tomato because it has more flesh and fewer seeds, and iceberg lettuce for the superior crunch. Ham and cheese. The ham and cheese sandwich comes in way up on our list of greatest sandwiches of all time. A simple yet favorite combo found between 2 bread slices. It actually is probably one of the most common sandwiches you can find in all of America. Usually, the bread is buttered or toasted with cheese and ham slices in between. The bread slices can also be lathered in some type of mustard or mayonnaise. Typically, you can add a Swiss or cheddar cheese to go along with the ham in this sandwich. Most people choose cheddar as their go-to cheese for a ham sandwich because of its sharp taste.
I'm not down with this bougie stuff. Swiss? No, Gorgonzola.
And it helps balance the saltiness of the ham. Growing up, this might have been a common item in your lunchbox, and maybe now this has become a staple in your own home. It's quick and easy to slap together, and the ingredients are readily available, even from your local corner store.
And with pickles, and can you smush it down real flat? Thanks.
Did you know that in 1894, ham and cheese sandwiches were the only food sold in New York baseball parks? Who needs peanuts and Cracker Jack when you can take me out to the ball game for a good ham and cheese sandwich? Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Possibly the most famous sandwich of them all, the grilled cheese sandwich stands out from the pack like Rudolph does from all the other reindeer. It's the top of the crop for all Americans. It was created in the early 20th century. It is basic and simple, just toasted bread oozing with melted cheese in the middle. Nonetheless, it is delightful. The most important thing when making grilled cheese is to brown the outsides of the sandwich to perfection while melting the cheese on the inside. Oh, and it is best served warm. Funnily enough, it is usually not grilled, but instead fried or made on a griddle. Many people also love a side of ketchup for dipping the cheesy sandwich. Who doesn't love cheese? The cheesier, the better.
And that's the truth. With some cheese on it.
That's exactly why there is also the triple-decker grilled cheese. The triple-decker has 3 kinds of cheese melted together to perfection. Cheddar is great, but why settle for one type of cheese when you can opt for 3? The grilled cheese started out as an open-faced cheese sandwich during the Great Depression and was a common meal. Then, during World War II, they closed the sandwich and described it as an American cheese filling sandwich. This is precisely when the grilled cheese era began. Nowadays, you can get a grilled cheese with a twist, cheese on the inside and the outside. They call it the Crown Grilled Cheese. Once the grilled cheese is ready, they put cheese on the frying pan until it's melted, then put the sandwich on the cheese. Once the toast is golden brown, it gets lifted and the strings of cheese emerge with the toast. The crown of cheese is formed once the cheese hardens, and voila, the most royal version of the king of sandwiches.
Thank you, grilled cheeses!
Stick around, tap on another video, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell.